Hi everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. My name is John, your host as always, and I hope you're all doing well. This video is sponsored by the channel sponsor 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, where you can purchase retro kits from the 60s all the way through to the early 2000s, including the 1976 home shirt that inspired this season's home kit, the 1980 FA Cup final Trevor Brooking shirt that inspires this season's away kit, the Boys of '86, the Paolo Di Canio 99 to 2000 home and away strips. There's absolutely loads of stuff in there. There's also West Ham colour inspired Admiral and Umbro track jackets, polo shirts, t-shirts and sweatshirts, so go check those out. Any purchases made through the link in the description below for the next 16 purchases, the commission that the channel would normally get from the affiliation link will be going directly to Isla's Fight for the next 16 purchases. So come on guys, dig deep. And I know you like your retro shirts, because I do, and most of you guys I know you do. So it's coming up to Christmas as well. It's not long to go. There's going to be great stuff in there, so go check those out. So this is the reaction video to West Ham 1, Arsenal 3. And as always, let's start off by talking about the team sheet. So in goal was Martin, keeping the same back four as Chelsea. Well, basically it's the same starting 11 as Chelsea. So it's Fredericks, Ogbonna, Diop and Creswell, Rice and Noble as the holding midfielders, Snodgrass out on the right, Fornals out on the left, with Anderson in the centre, the second striker position behind Antonio. So basically a 4-4-1-1. On the bench was Roberto, Zabaleta, Masuaku, Diop, Sanchez, Holland and Allaire. Now, if you saw my rant on West Ham Fan TV, I try to keep it as polite as possible, even though I was absolutely fuming like everybody else. I try to keep this as polite as possible, and I'm going to try and do it again tonight, but it's not going to be easy, to be honest with you guys. It really, really isn't going to be easy. I'm going to try and keep this as short as I can, because I don't want to go off too much of a tangent, but basically there was a lot to talk about, so I'm going to try and keep this as short as possible. First half, good performance from the boys. When we saw the starting 11, I thought, great, it's the same starting 11 as Chelsea. Let's go for it. Let's do it. This is perfect. I'm really happy with this. Let's say first 10-15 minutes, both sides not really doing much, not creating much. Every single shot that Arsenal had was off target. It is and was the worst Arsenal side I've seen for a long, long time, which makes the defeat even harder to take. Now, as I say, that we had some great movement, but not really finishing much. Anderson was pretty poor. He was all right for the first 15-20 minutes. You know, everyone was playing well. I thought, here we go, we're on top of them, we're getting them in there, we're getting there. You know, we're really trying to push them. Pellegrini's clearly trying to motivate them as much as he could this week, and I loved that. I absolutely thought, yeah, here we go. And then what was it? Whatever the time was during the first half. I'm not looking at any of my notes. It's basically just, you know, we're literally as is, and so basically, as I say, we get in, we get a great goal from Ogbonna. VAR took fucking ages to figure out that it was a goal. Apparently, the commentators were saying, what are you checking it for? What else are you looking for? This is a goal. I was standing there going, what are you looking at? What's wrong? What's wrong? No communication whatsoever. Massive deflection as it went in. But the goal finally stood, and we were 1-0 up. And thought, brilliant, here we go. This is the bit of luck that we need. And there it was. But the VAR was well after the goal was scored. It must have been at least, if not just under a minute after Ogbonna scored, and we all stopped celebrating. It was infuriating isn't the word. Now, Tierney had a bad injury in the first half. Dislocated his shoulder or ruptured his shoulder or something with his shoulder in the first half, and then there he was replaced. Understandable. However, Pepe, the diving little cunt that he is, this is poor. This was absolutely poor. He was down on the floor for at least 90 seconds. The slightest of touches, looks like it was touched in the face accidentally by, I think it's probably Snodgrass or Creswell, one of the two. It's a bit hazy at the minute. But he was rolling around like he'd been kicked in the leg, and then he got up and miraculously was all right after a little while. Funny that, isn't it? Same old Arsenal, always fucking cheating. Really does my head in. And the little prick, right? He has the audacity, to say the least, the audacity to complain that Creswell was taking the throw in too long to make a decision on where he was going to throw it in the 5 minutes that we had on as extra time towards the end of the first half. The reason being, it was because he bloody dived. It was his bloody fault. I shouted at him, "You're the reason." A lot of people shouted at him, "You're the bloody reason why we've got this length of time. So shut up," quite frankly. Second half rolls around. Started off okay. No changes at either side. And then the inevitable happened. We took the foot off the gas. We did the same thing against Spurs. 3 minutes of shit football, and it's 1-1. We could see it from the Bobby Moore lower end. We could see the goal coming. How do these guys not notice it? So I thought, all right, 1-1. You know, it's justified. No team are really up for it properly, so yeah, it's justified. 7 or 8 minutes later, we're two goals down by was it Pepe and Aubameyang? I think. I say I'm not referring to my notes. The only thing or anything else. The only thing I had to look at was the team sheet at the beginning of the video. That's it. Heads down, gone. Football over with, as far as we're concerned. 2-1. We knew it was. I actually shouted "fuck off" just as they scored the second goal. You could absolutely see it coming. Or was it the third goal? It was one of the two. You could see all three goals coming. Now the irritating thing is, to say the lack of the better word, right, is that Anderson went missing very quickly when they scored the second goal. Everybody started going, "I'm not dealing with this now. Someone else can take a look at this. Someone else can deal with this ball." It was poor. Anderson was taken off for Allaire, if I remember correctly, when we are 3 fucking down. 3-1 down. The biggest joke on the planet. I have really tried to defend Pellegrini as much as I could. I really, really tried to do it. I've given up. I said to Nicky, the biggest joke over in West Ham at the moment is Pellegrini. And what rubs salt into the wound is what he said after the game. All right? What he said was, "I'm not concerned about relegation." Yet he's palming everything else off on, it's nothing to do with me. I'm not responsible for this. It's nothing to do with me. He must be the only cunt anywhere near to West Ham that isn't worried about relegation. We are 1 point away from the relegation zone. And what irritates me even more is the reports coming out. Well, rumours, I should say, coming out, because this website, as you guys all know, that I read, which I don't know why I keep reading it, because it really infuriates me with a lot of stuff that's on there. There's a poll up to say if we should sack, if and when we should sack Pellegrini. Get that? Fine. But to come out and say that the owners are only looking to sack Pellegrini if we get in the relegation zone backs up what I said beforehand when I was speaking to Nicky last night. And the subject, the catchment bar, whatever you want to call it, the name of the video that West Ham Fan TV put up after I spoke to Nicky was, "We will see three more managers being sacked by Pellegrini." What I actually said, we'll see 2 or 3 more managers sacked by before Pellegrini is. Because I genuinely think that's going to happen. I want to be proven wrong. Now, ex-West Ham employees come out and said that if we lose against Southampton on Saturday, which is the evening kickoff, then Pellegrini's gone. Well, there's a good chance. He thinks there's a good chance that Pellegrini's going to be sacked. I will believe it if I see it. I believe X 100%. Love the guy. But I will believe that if that's his own personal opinion, and that's fine, you know. I said, a lot of people said last night that Pellegrini needs to be sacked immediately. I don't, as I said after the Spurs game, when Nicky asked me about being sacked, and Dan asked me after Chelsea as well. When I said to Dan that I was a little bit more, I was relatively neutral, but edging to Pellegrini out now. And his substitutions last night were laughable, to say the least. 3-1 down, he brings on Allaire. Antonio runs his bollocks into the ground, as he always did. He walked for about 10-15 minutes before the end of the 7 minutes of extra time was up. because he was knackered. Absolutely gave his all. The British core of the club once again gave their all. They were shit, but they gave their all. Snodgrass was working his absolute balls off. And it was understandable that he was substituted for Holland. I mean, I might have got it wrong. I mean, it might be Snodgrass for Allaire and Anderson for Holland, whatever it was. But as I say, it makes no sense. Pellegrini's substitutions make no sense. And as I said to Nicky after the Spurs game, I'm not for anybody to be sacked under any circumstances, but this is the exception. I really want Pellegrini gone. I said in the video when it was announced last summer that this was a short to medium term appointment, and as I said to Nicky last night, he's not anymore. I don't even think he's a short term appointment. Yes, okay, there is an argument that this is second season syndrome and that he's very, very arrogant, he's very, very stubborn. Does that mean that Bilic was very arrogant and very stubborn? Does it mean that Allardyce was very arrogant and very stubborn? Does it mean that David Moyes was very arrogant and very stubborn? Same pattern, same owners, different players, different manager, same results. It really, really grates me. It really, really irritates me, to say the least, about this, because I don't want to say I'm not in any camp at the moment, but if I had to make a choice, I would say that I am getting more and more Pellegrini out as it comes. No idea who's going to replace him. Absolutely no bloody idea who the fuck we're going to bring in. But I guarantee you, the odds will shorten very, very quickly if two of these managers leave their current employers, which I can't see. Right? If Sean Dyche is sacked, or if Eddie Howe is sacked, we will see Pellegrini go. That's my gut feeling on it. That's my gut feeling on it. And I reckon it will take one or both of those two to be sacked before Pellegrini goes. Will Burnley and Bournemouth respectively sack their managers? No, absolutely not. Eddie Howe's win ratio at Bournemouth is 41.1% win ratio. 517 games, if I remember correctly, and 223 wins, if I remember right. So 41.1 something. Great return. Absolutely brilliant return for him. Sean Dyche, not that far off. I think it's about 37-38%, give or take. But anyway, that's my rant over about this game, because as I say, it was awful to watch. I'm glad that I didn't do the reaction video last night, because I got in late after speaking to Nicky at West Ham Fan TV, and I didn't want to be keeping anybody up with me ranting and raving. I needed a few hours, well, most of the day, most of today, to relax and get this video done properly. So it's a bit more of a subjective head, but just like the rest of you, I am absolutely scared shitless of what's going to happen. I honestly think we're going to get relegated under this guy if nothing changes. If he doesn't change his formation, if he doesn't change his tactics, he doesn't change the players up properly, doesn't kick them up the arse because they fucking need it. And those players are very, very glad that the FA brought in 10, 15 years ago that not every single player can be fined, because if that rule still stood and I was manager, I would get rid of them. I would get rid of that rule, and I would fine every single one of those lazy cunts. I really, really would, because there's no excuse for that whatsoever. There's absolutely no excuse. Right, so thank you guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new around here and you like what I'm doing, welcome. It's great to see you. If you'd like to know what I'm doing with future content, then by all means, please click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get to know when new videos are going up. By all means, guys, put your comments in the comment section below. You can be nasty to me. I don't care. This is my personal opinion. You can put your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you're thinking at the moment. Be as honest as you want. It's not a problem. You can have a go at me. You can have a rant about the club. Right now, I don't really care. Okay. If you like the video and you feel I deserve it, then by all means please click the like button, and also please share this content with anybody else that you may want to watch this and isn't aware of the channel. You know, we're still hovering at 1247. Be nice to get a few more people on board before the Southampton game. Am I going to do a live stream on it? I'll let you guys know, quite frankly. But as it stands at the moment, the only thing that is keeping me interested in doing the live stream is this new bit of technology that StreamYard have incorporated in the last few days. You're going to love this. I think it looks brilliant. I can't wait to try it. So guys, thank you very much for your time. If you're, as I say, and I'll see you. The preview video will be going up on probably Thursday night. So I will see you guys then. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you very, very soon. And try to calm down.